Hello everyone, Ace here, and today we are back with another Ace Impressions, this time having a look at the flight simulator known as Blue Max, which was released either in 1990 or 1991. There is some confusion about the exact release date. However, it did come out around the same time as games such as Wings and Red Baron, and between those two, this game falls a little bit closer towards the camp of Wings, being a little bit more on the arcadey side than, say, Red Baron. However, that's not to say it is a full arcade game, but it is a little bit more on the arcadey side in my opinion. That said, there are some quirks to this game that might make it worth consideration. For a start, it does have two-player support, which is a rare feature from the time period of this game, and suggests that it has split screen, so perhaps something to consider. That said, this game may have actually been a reskin of a World War II game, because if you go into the active pilot, you will see that your choices are Axis and Allies, as opposed to Allies and the Central Powers, or Entente and the Central Powers. Anyways, we'll pick an Allied pilot, set everything to as it should be, and yeah. Now, there is some curious... you'll see why it is, in my opinion, a little bit more on the arcadey side. But in terms of aircraft, you only get 8 aircraft in total, 4 per each side. So you get you get the SE-5, you get Newports, you get Sopwiths, and you get the SPAD-7. You don't get Aircos and some of the other famous aircraft like that. And the Newport, I think, is a Newport 17. So the other Newport planes that existed also are not in the game. But yeah, and the Germans likewise get 4 aircraft as well. So for the game mode, we will do a standard dogfight with 1 enemy. Simple enough. But with that all said, let's go ahead and jump into the game and see what it is like. Alright, so we are in. I'll speed up my plane. And it's going to be a head-on action for this first plane here. Probably either a Fokker triplane or an Albatross of some sort. Looks like an Albatross now. I will say that visually this game is slightly more impressive than, say, Red Baron, although you don't really see much done. You don't see much done in terms of the texture work on the aircraft themselves as, say, in Red Baron, and it is a little bit brighter. But the terrain looks a little bit better in this, and the animations seem to be better as well. Okay, so this guy looks like a Fokker triplane. Also, the fact that you can see shadows on the ground is a nice little touch for this era. But the flight model is exceedingly forgiving, and you have a little damage indicator of how much damage is on your plane on the right-hand side there. Things like that make this a little bit more into the arcade realm. Plus, the gun handling is very, very forgiving. So another example of it being arcade-ish. That's it, and you can also, at least in head-on passes, you can basically survive them way too easily, in my opinion. Although, credit where credit is due, once the enemy actually gets on your tail, they can really mess you up. And you can still have the performance of your plane impacted by damage to it. So they did actually make an effort here to make something that actually plays enough like a flight sim that you can tell it's a flight sim. And it's, like I said, it kind of really fits that weird middle ground between a proper flight sim and just an arcadey game. So we'll wait to get closer to this guy, and then I think we can go ahead and call the mission. Looks like another Albatross or something like that. Or no, that's probably a Fokker 7 there. A Fokker biplane 7. Alright, but yeah, I think you get the basic gist of this. Anyways, I'll go ahead and head out. The game can be a little bit on the easy side in head-on passes, but if an enemy gets on your tail, they can, like I said, really mess you up. So is it worth the asking price? Potentially. I know that when it comes to GOG.com, the competition is Wings, more or less, and Wings on GOG.com is just not in a good state right now. The Steam version of Wings is your better bet between that and the GOG version, but this is on both GOG and Steam, so it is potentially something to consider, I guess. But yeah, in any case, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.